Alex was a 35-year-old architect, passionate about creating beautiful structures, always sketching ideas even during his coffee breaks. That's exactly where he met Emily 5 years earlier. She was rushing into the cafe, phone in one hand, bag swinging, and bam, her latte splashed right across his important blueprints. Most people would get annoyed, but Alex looked up and saw her embarrassed smile, those sparkling eyes apologizing, and he was smitten instantly. They laughed it off, cleaned up together, and by the end of that conversation over fresh drinks, numbers were exchanged. From there, it was magic. Dates filled with adventure, hiking trails, picnics in the park, dancing in the rain like no one was watching. Alex adored how driven Emily was, her energy as a marketing executive matching his own ambition. He proposed on a romantic beach vacation, sunset painting the sky orange, ring in hand as waves crashed. Emily cried yes, and their wedding was everything dreams are made of: elegant venue, heartfelt vows promising to love through thick and thin, friends and family toasting to their future. They bought a cozy house, talked endlessly about traveling the world and starting a family. Alex even started designing a nursery in his mind, picking out colors and furniture he'd build himself. Life felt perfect, but slowly things shifted. Emily's career took off, meaning more late nights at the office, more trips away. Alex supported her 100%, cooking dinners that went cold, leaving sweet notes to brighten her day. Yet she grew distant, always on her phone, quick to irritation if he asked simple questions like, "How was your day?" The doubts crept in quietly. Alex noticed new perfume, clothes he hadn't seen before, stories that didn't quite add up. He pushed them down, trusting the woman he married. He surprised her with flowers, planned weekend getaways to reconnect, but it felt like chasing a shadow. Point one night changed everything. Alex came home early, excited to share good news from work, bouquet in hand. He heard her voice from the bedroom, soft, giggling, saying things like, "I can't stop thinking about you either." His stomach dropped. Confrontation led to denial, then anger. She called him paranoid, insecure. Fights escalated from there. What used to be loving discussions turned into arguments over everything: chores, time spent apart, feeling unappreciated. Alex poured his heart out, begging for them to work on it. But Emily seemed checked out, eyes always elsewhere. The breaking point came on a stormy evening. While looking for something in her drawer, Alex found a crumpled hotel receipt from a solo business trip. Heart pounding, he waited for her to come home. When she did, smiling innocently, he held it up. "What's this, Emily?" The confession poured out amid tears. Mark, her boss, confident, wealthy, attentive in ways she claimed Alex hadn't been lately. It started innocently at work events, flirty chats leading to kisses, then full affair. Months of lies, secret meetups while Alex slept alone wondering what went wrong. That Alex's world shattered. The man who believed in forever felt utterly betrayed. Shouts echoed, tears flowed, accusations flew, her blaming his emotional absence, him reeling from the deception. That night, he packed a bag and left, the doors slamming like the end of their story. Separation hit hard. Alex crashed with his best friend, nights filled with replaying memories, questioning every moment. Was he not enough? Friends pushed him to date again, but his heart wasn't ready. Emily initiated divorce proceedings, agreeing it was irreparable. Lawyers divided assets coldly. The house full of memories, shared savings, even sentimental items. Alex buried himself in work, designing bigger projects to numb the pain. Deep inside, a part of him still loved her, wondering if forgiveness was possible. Emily tried continuing with Mark, the excitement lingering, but soon saw his true side: fun but flaky, no depth like Alex's steady care. Then, everything flipped. 2 months post-separation, Emily faced a positive test. Shock turned to terror as she calculated dates. Their last emotional night together, a brief, passionate reconnection fueled by unresolved feelings, overlapped dangerously with time spent with Mark. Whose baby was it? She told Mark first, hoping for support. His reaction? Panic, distance, excuses about not being ready. He ghosted slowly, leaving her alone. Guilt crashed over Emily, regretting the affair deeply, missing Alex's reliability. She hid the pregnancy masterfully. Loose sweaters, virtual meetings, excuses for in-person ones. Pride stopped her from telling Alex. fearing it'd trap him or complicate the divorce further. The final day approached. Alex arrived at the lawyer's office early, nerves shot, ready to sign and close the chapter. Pen poised over papers ending their marriage, heart aching one last time. The door creaked open. Emily entered, moving carefully, hands subtly on her side. As she faced him fully, Alex's eyes dropped, her belly, unmistakably round, 7 months prominent under her coat. Everything stopped. The pen fell. "Emily, you're pregnant." Her gaze met his, brimming with unspoken words, fear, regret, maybe hope. Shock rooted Alex in place, mind exploding with questions. Was this their miracle? Or the ultimate reminder of her betrayal? Alex couldn't breathe. 7 months pregnant? And you never said a word? Through all this, Emily lowered herself into the chair, hand protectively on her bump, voice trembling. "I was terrified, Alex. The timing. It's possible it's yours. From that last night before everything blew up. Or it could be Mark's." The words hit like knives, but amid the anger, a spark ignited. The family he always wanted, possibly right there. "You hid this from me? We were husband and wife." She nodded, tears falling freely. "Mark bailed the moment I told him. Said kids weren't his plan. That's when I saw how shallow it all was. I regretted everything." The lawyer mumbled an excuse and slipped out, leaving raw honesty in the air. Alex sat eventually demanding details. Emily shared first flutters, solo doctor visits, the fear of raising a child alone. Something shifted in Alex. Instead of signing, he suggested pausing everything. "We need answers. For the baby, at least." Days turned to tentative steps. Alex offered rides to appointments, sitting silently at first in waiting rooms. Then came the ultrasound, seeing the tiny form, hearing the rapid heartbeat. Tears welled in his eyes unbidden. "She's strong," the text said. Alex whispered, "Our little girl." Emily watched him soften, guilt deepening. She confessed more over quiet dinners. How Mark's charm wore off fast, leaving emptiness. While memories of Alex's thoughtfulness haunted her. One evening, Alex spotted her open journal. Pages of apologies to the unborn baby for the messy start, promises to be better, admissions of loving Alex still. Reading it broke his defenses further. They started therapy, digging deep. Emily admitted seeking validation in the affair, feeling overlooked. Alex owned his part, long hours leaving her lonely. Vulnerability bridged the gap that Alex's care emerged powerfully. Midnight ice cream runs for cravings, painting the nursery they'd once dreamed of, gentle massages for swollen feet. His actions spoke louder than words, showing the devoted partner she'd nearly thrown away. Trust grew through small moments. Honest talks, shared laughs over baby names. Emily realized no one compared to him. Tension peaked with a health scare. Sudden pains sent them rushing to ER. Alex gripped her hand through tests, whispering prayers. False labor, but the fear bonded them irrevocably. "DNA or not, I'm not leaving," he vowed fiercely. The paternity test loomed. Envelope delivered. They sat together, hands clasped. Opening it, match confirmed, Alex's daughter. Euphoria washed over. Tight embraces, joyful sobs, kisses reigniting old flames. Forgiveness flowed naturally. "Pain doesn't vanish, but love can overcome," Alex said. They tore up divorce papers, choosing to rebuild. Private vow renewal followed, simple, tearful promises of transparency and effort. Birthday arrived dramatically. Water broke mid-dinner, contractions fierce. Alex drove calmly, coaching breaths, holding her through hours of labor. "You're amazing, push, I've got you." Their daughter cried out healthy, perfect, tiny fingers wrapping around his. Holding her against Emily's chest, Alex felt complete, wounds healing in that moment. Months later, family thrived. Alex finished the nursery. Emily balanced career and motherhood, their bond unbreakable. Late nights turned to cooing over milestones, laughter filling the home again. The room felt like it was spinning. Alex stared at Emily's rounded belly, his voice barely coming out. 7 months? You've been carrying a baby for 7 months and didn't tell me until the day we're supposed to end our marriage." Emily sat down slowly, one hand cradling the bump, eyes already red. "I was scared, Alex. Terrified. The dates, that last night we spent together, the one where we both cried and things just happened. It lines up, but so does time with Mark. I didn't know whose it was, and I couldn't face you until I was sure. Alex's knees weakened. He dropped into the chair across from her, the unsigned divorce papers forgotten on the table. You let me go through all this pain, thinking it was over forever while you were growing a life that might be mine. She nodded, tears spilling. Mark ran the second I told him. Said he wasn't ready, that it would ruin his lifestyle. That's when everything hit me. How stupid I was, how empty it all felt without you. But by then, I was already showing, and pride kept me quiet. I thought you'd hate me more if I used a baby to stop the divorce. Silence hung heavy until Alex finally spoke, voice raw. Is the baby okay? Have you been to doctors alone this whole time? Emily's face softened to the question. Yes, regular checkups. It's a girl. She's healthy, strong kicks every day. A girl. The words punched through his anger. Alex closed his eyes, picturing the nursery he once planned, the tiny clothes, the late-night feeds he dreamed about. We can't sign anything today, he said firmly. Not until we know the truth. For her sake. They left the office without finalizing anything. The drive home was quiet, but Alex didn't drop her at her apartment. He took her to their old house instead, the one still half in both their names. Stay here tonight, he said. It's closer to the hospital if anything happens. That night marked the beginning of something fragile. Alex slept on the couch, but he was up at dawn making breakfast, setting out prenatal vitamins without a word. Emily watched him move around the kitchen like old times and felt her heart crack open. Days turned into cautious routines. Alex drove her to appointments, sat in waiting rooms flipping through magazines, trying not to stare at the screen too eagerly. Then came the day of the detailed ultrasound. The technician smiled. Want to hear the heartbeat? The rapid thump-thump filled the room. Alex's hand found Emily's without thinking, squeezing tight as tears slipped down his cheeks. That's her, he whispered. Our daughter. In that moment, something shifted permanently. Anger still lingered, but the pull toward this new life was stronger. Back home, conversations grew deeper. Emily opened up about the loneliness that pushed her toward Mark, how his attention felt like oxygen when she felt invisible. Alex admitted his long work hours, how he thought providing was enough without realizing she needed presence more. No excuses, just raw truth. One evening, Emily left her journal on the coffee table. Alex saw it open to a page addressed to the baby. I'm sorry your mom made such a mess of things. I promise I'll spend every day making it right. And I hope your daddy finds his way back to us because he's the best man I've ever known. Reading those words undid him. He sat beside her on the couch that night, voice gentle. I'm not going anywhere. Not now. But trust is going to take time. Emily nodded, grateful for even that much. Alex's care became constant and quiet. Grocery runs for whatever she craved at 2 a.m., assembling the crib in the nursery they'd abandoned, rubbing her back when aches hit. He never demanded gratitude. He just showed up, day after day, proving the depth of love she'd almost lost, trust rebuilt in small pieces. They started therapy together, unpacking the hurt without blame games. Emily learned to speak needs instead of seeking them elsewhere. Alex learned to prioritize connection over ambition. Then came the scare. Late one night, sharp pains doubled Emily over. Alex carried her to the car, speeding to the hospital while holding her hand. Hours of monitoring revealed intense Braxton Hicks. Nothing more, but watching her in pain stripped away his last reservations. Sitting by her bed, he brushed hair from her face. DNA results or not, I'm in this. I'm not losing either of you. The envelope arrived a week later. They sat at the kitchen table, hands linked, hearts pounding. Alex tore it open. Match probability, 99.999%. His daughter, joy exploded. Emily sobbed into his shoulder as he held her tight, laughing through tears, kissing her forehead, her cheeks, her lips for the first time in months. The spark reignited instantly, deeper now, forged in fire. Divorce papers went into the shredder that same day. Instead, they stood in the backyard at sunset, exchanging quiet new promises, honesty, effort, choosing each other every single day. Labor came fast and fierce 2 months later. Emily's water broke during dinner. Alex stayed calm on the outside, coaching her through contractions in the car, rushing her inside, never letting go of her hand. Hours of pushing, sweat, encouragement. You're so strong. Keep going. I've got you. Until their daughter entered the world with a powerful cry. The nurse placed the tiny bundle on Emily's chest. Alex leaned over, staring at perfect little features, his eyes, Emily's nose. When the baby wrapped a miniature hand around his finger, every scar from the past year healed in an instant. They named her Hope. Life settled into beautiful chaos. Midnight feeds turned into family cuddles. First smiles captured on camera. Alex designing a treehouse for the backyard while Emily rocked Hope to sleep. Arguments still happened. They were human, but they talked them through, never letting wounds fester. Some nights, lying in bed with Hope sleeping between them, Emily would whisper, "I don't deserve this second chance." Alex would pull her closer. "We both earned it by choosing to fight for it." Their love wasn't the naive fairy tale from years ago. It was stronger, tested, real. Betrayal nearly destroyed them. But unwavering care, brutal honesty, and one unexpected miracle baby rebuilt something unbreakable. And that's the end of Alex and Emily's story. Guys, proof that even after the worst heartbreak, love can find its way home if both people are willing to do the work.